The H1 to H6 heading tags are used to define HTML headings. So let's start with an example. We'll start with an H1 tag, and this would be heading 1. And we're going to close that heading tag because each one of the heading tags requires a closing heading tag. Now everything between the opening heading tag and the closing heading tag is, if it's text, it's displayed as big and bold on the web page, but you can also place other HTML elements inside the heading tag, but it won't be affected by the heading tag. Only text that you put in the heading tag is affected by the heading tag. So let me render this. Okay, so there's how it looks on the web page. Now, if I put an H2 tag underneath of it, heading 2, and close that tag and render it, you notice that the text is not quite as big. Now I can put an H3 tag and render it. Again, the text is getting smaller and smaller, which means it's less important. The most important one is the H1 tag, and the least important one is the H6 tag. Heading 4, and render it. It's heading 4. Now we'll do heading 5, the H5 tag, and render it. And finally H6 with the H6 tag, heading 6, and render that. Okay, note that only use one H1 tag on a web page. And underneath the H1 tag, you should always use an H2 tag, so don't skip from H1 to H3. And do not mix them up. So you wouldn't want to put H1, then H3, then H2. It has to be in this order. And the reason for that is that the internet, when it goes out to add your web page to the search engines, it looks at these heading tags, and if it's not formatted properly, it doesn't like it. And even though it will add your page to the internet onto the search engines, it might not get a very favorable listing in the search engine. So you might be way down on the list if someone does a search for your web page. And this is very important. This should be the same heading that you use for the title of it in the title tag in your head section of your HTML document. Okay, so that's the heading tag. Go ahead and answer the questions below. Thank you.